Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Richard Butler Jr. I am the author, publisher, whatever you want to call me, for Grow with Technology channel. And I have a live for you today. This is my first official live. So I'm going to fumble through this and see what we can do and try to make it fun. Technology is not necessarily what you would call fun, but it's a fun topic because it's all in the news. Artificial intelligence, machine learning is going to take your job, all this stuff. And a lot of times people are looking to catch people's attention through fear. That's not what I do. I've been in the technology arena for almost 30 years now as a information technology professional, working in different environments, different sectors, different companies, sometimes as an employee, sometimes as a contractor, sometimes as a consultant. But all in all, it's been fun. My name is Richard Butler Jr., and I publish all the videos you see on Grow with Technology channel, and I use a combination of information that I gather. I try to get information that I think my audience is going to like, but overall, I try to be helpful. What this channel focuses on is artificial intelligence, AI, and how it can apply to business technology. I publish a podcast that comes out every Wednesday on Spotify. You can also find it on other podcasting channels, wherever you listen to that. But the primary channel is Spotify. I also have a newsletter which has just passed 630 subscribers on LinkedIn. Yay! But it is also on the same topic around AI business technology, how to use it, how to apply it in your business. And we're here. So if you are listening to this or watching this live stream and you want to talk with me on this, there's a chat open. I'm monitoring that. I have several windows open on my computer that I'm monitoring for different opportunities. Like I said, this is my first official live. So oftentimes I have recorded other lives and had them shown at different times, but this is one that's going to be live. So I may jump around, make some mistakes, and as I talk with you, but all of that is okay because I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking to give you the information that you can use today, and hopefully it will be helpful to you. So my topic today the topic is AI predictive analytics and how it can power smart decisions. But before I get to that, I must share with you some information about and why I am one of the people that you should listen to when it comes to this information that's driving, it seems, everything. I mean, it's driving people to say, oh, I'm going to lose my job because AI is going to take my job. And I understand that. But as with anything, nothing stays the same. You have to get new skills, new processes, new ways of doing things, and understand that at this stage where artificial intelligence is starting to make its way into the job, the functions of your job, you need to understand that at this point, and at most points with the technology, humans are still going to be needed. Now, whether you have the skill sets or not is going to determine what happens with you in that position. Whether you're in operations, whether you're in management, whether you're in leadership, executive management, CEO, it's impacting the way we communicate, the way we create information, the way we run our businesses. It's affecting everything. And one of the areas that uh, I see as an opportunity is always in smart decision making. And so when technology comes around, you tend to feel like, oh, it's going to take something away. So let me give you a bit of a history of myself. I started in 1987 I wrote my first program for a travel agency. And at that time, it was pre internet, pre what we see with the browser, www, you type in or you go to a search engine. This is pre that. And I had the opportunity of designing with what was then called Visual Basic. And it was a Microsoft product. And I was able to create this software for a travel agency to run their business. It was exclusively for them. They paid me well. I did it. And I was able to build my portfolio that way. By about 1984 was when we started to see those browsers, and we saw Yahoo come about. And then we started using the search engines. And Yahoo was the big one, and Yahoo had all kinds of services. They gave away free email and all of these things. But behind the scenes, there was a lot of technology, codes that were used to automate certain processes, such as signing up for free emails and all of this. At that time, it was not called automation. It was mostly just technology that worked like magic. That was basically it. But for those of us that programmed those types of software for people to use, for the masses to use, we knew better. There was a lot of type of processes that happened in the background. You type in this, this happens. You type in that, that happens. There was a lot of information flowing around. And we started getting used to using a web browser and that internet technology to communicate and to transfer data and to present websites for people to visit, and all of these things started coming about. And at that time, there was this big push where, oh, it's going to take the jobs. Yes, anytime you have technology, technology is going to come in and it's going to make things different. It's going to change things. It's going to make it more, you're going to be more productive with less people. You're going to be efficient in the processes that you do. That's what technology does. So in 2007 was the first time that I had the opportunity to code something in a system that what I considered at the time was revolutionary. And what it was, I decided to implement a solution into the case management software that would assist those case managers, mostly nurses and other professionals in that sector, to basically speed up putting their notes from each case they visited during the day. And what I did was I created a roadmap to implement. At the time, I didn't know it was artificial intelligence, but it was, where you could translate speech to text. And that was in 2007. And I found some technology from a brand new company that was just starting out. And I said, let me try it. And they provided their software development kit to me. I put it together. Our development team then wrote the code. We put it in where you could, after each case, you could call a 1-800 number, put the case number in, and then just talk. And when you got to a computer the next time, you could pull that case up and it would have translated your speech to text and it would be there. So you could just edit it and submit it and you're done. So most of the case managers were spending a large amount of time after work putting their case notes in. In some instances from the focus group, they were spending 3 to 5 hours after work. So now with this new technology implemented, for most of the caseworkers, that went down to 30 minutes, sometimes even less than that. So it was a game changer, but that was in 2007. Fast forward, we have this artificial intelligence and machine learning that started to come about in the early 2020, 2021. We're in COVID, so it really didn't hit a lot. But by 2022, we started hearing more about it, ChatGPT and others. And ChatGPT from OpenAI was the biggest. And now there's an explosion of all the different ways that artificial intelligence is being implemented into this. So I see there's a question here. What do you do for a living? So I am a project program manager on the enterprise level. I've worked with several companies, um, several big banks. I've also worked with some very big companies in the telecommunications sector. But my primary job and what I've been trained in from college and graduate school is project management, mainly technology project management. I have my master's degree in project management. And so I've always been involved with decision making, so to speak, which is part of our topic today around using AI. So if you want to know more about me, just go to LinkedIn and look up Richard Butler Jr., and you'll see all the different places that I've worked over the last 15, 20 years. They're all there. I also, while working different jobs, I also have my own company called WorldTel Corporation. And WorldTel for a long time was based in Vancouver, Canada. It is now based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And we're down to two partners who are major shareholders, myself and my partner, Jason Roth. And we run this company together. And primarily, what we've done over the years, we provide hosting services for small and medium-sized companies, both in the U.S. and primarily in North America. We've done work in West Africa with different entities and governments there. We have done software development for a long time. Website development is our primary claim to fame. And we are very happy to provide services to anyone that need it. But what I want to do is take some time on this call to tell you about a journey. And that journey has brought me to where I am today. And this is basically technology. Technology to me is a disruptor, and it will continue to be a disruptor. Whether you agree with me or not, it is here to stay. It is dynamic, it's going to continuously change, and it's going to be a way to take data and manipulate data and get out some kind of output that can make a company or an individual more productive. And so here we are with artificial intelligence, and I'm going to say AI moving forward. So you need to understand that this dynamic environment we're going to in is only going to get better, and technology is going to be the mover of what happens. I'm sure you can see now we've moved away from the era where, oh, there's an app for that, to where you can just type in or say something to artificial intelligence tool, and it gives you back some kind of output. But for today's uh, conversation, I'm going to focus on AI predictive analytics and how it's powering smart decision making. A couple of months back, my partner Jason and I started looking at how we can be impactful to using artificial intelligence and how we can make it where companies can have access to it, the small businesses, the medium-sized businesses. A lot of the enterprise companies, they have resources, money, all of that, and they're able to make this a bigger and better and last a long time. So I'm not really concerned about the enterprise, but for the smaller companies, we need to make sure that they're able to continuously get the output out of the technology and at a reasonable cost, because cost is a factor for everything. So if you look at tools like ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, which is a different version of ChatGPT, you look at Claude, which is another AI tool that's used. Most people are using it for simple, silly stuff, but there are some real benefits of using this technology. And one of the focus areas, at least for this live that I'm doing, is on powering smart decisions. being able to take massive amounts of raw data and turn it into actionable forecasts, do it faster, do it smarter, and you can make business decisions in real time using it. So AI predictive analytics is, in my opinion, a game changer for businesses, especially small businesses, and you don't really think about it. But let me just give you a real world example. Uh, Home services. You have, something goes wrong with your air conditioner system, your HVAC, your heating, or something in your house. You usually call a professional, a technician, to handle that. You call that technician, you try to call around, you may leave a message, you may leave, maybe you go to a website, you put in for somebody to contact you. Somebody will contact you. But what if they don't? How does that company know they're reaching the potential of the amount of work they can do? This is where AI can take that raw data. How many calls are you getting? How many calls are you not responding to? How many emails are you getting? How many requests for quotes are you getting and you're not responding to? AI can take that information from you, from your systems, and do analytics on it, and it can tell you where you're losing out, where you might be missing out on business. And oftentimes, if you're missing out on business, you're not going to be receptive to it unless you know. So predictive analytics can help you, and AI can take all that raw data and put it into a format that spit it back out to you, I should say, to you, and then in a report, and you can read it and make some business decisions on the fly and see how you can find other ways to solve that problem, so you're not missing as many calls, you're responding to more quotes, you're following up, and you create a system that AI can help you do. So predictive analytics, I'm going to give you my definition based on what it is. So predictive analytics is basically taking methods that we use today. You may have the information in your spreadsheet, or your phone system puts out a report and you have it as in a spreadsheet format. You just don't know what to do with it. You can take that information where typically you would have had to code a spreadsheet and import the data and figure out some formulas and do this to make it make sense for your business. That takes a lot of time, a lot of manpower, and you have to oftentimes hire someone else to create those reports, because the knowledge to do that may not be in your company or may not be with you as the business owner. So you have to hire someone to do that, and that can be costly. So now with AI predictive analytics, you take the standard methods where you feed the data in, and instead of having to manipulate it and create formulas to make it give you information that you can have as actionable foresight or forecast. You can now combine the standard methods with artificial intelligence and machine learning, where you can now just ask questions about that raw data, and it can spit out information to you to help you make smarter decisions. And smarter is not necessarily saying that the decision is the ultimate decision, but it is smarter in the sense that you're not spending all this time trying to come up with stuff. You're just basically getting a result that the data, using combine the standard methods with artificial intelligence, and it spits out some information that you can now start to make decisions on what kind of action, where you want to go, and so forth. So, AI predictive analytics gives you that opportunity to do that. And so you have a working definition, and I have some slides that I have created to put some information together. And I want you to DM me, and I will send this information out to you, and you can have that information for yourself. But like I said, this is my first live, and I'm trying to get through the information. There's a lot of information, so I'm just going to get through it. So predictive AI predictive analytics, like I said, is where you're taking traditional statistical methods where you have a spreadsheet, you feed it data, and then you do some formulas, you tweak the formulas. But in this case, when you're talking about technology in a modern sense today, machine learning already has the algorithms. Natural language, AI, you can speak to it, you can type just the way you're talking or just the way you communicate, and it will understand. And then the data that you're feeding it is real time. And so it can take that information and analyze it to create a forecast for future outcome with a high accuracy. So even when you were using the traditional statistical models, there wasn't really a high accuracy on the outcome. But with this, because artificial intelligence is already has some base data that it can draw from, you get better accuracy on the results the output that it's giving you, and that's very important. So and with predictive analytics with AI on it, the machine learning part, it's continuously improving on the accuracy by learning from the new data that you feed it. And then your data models are built in, so there's already scenarios that are built in for better planning. So that's some of the base data, the framework, the benchmark data that's there that artificial intelligence already has into it. And then you're able to take the natural language processing where you can extract insights from unstructured data, like you can throw in reviews, emails, social media, different things that maybe 20 years ago were not very impactful to any business, but today those things are. And with what a predictive system does, it's like a automated decisioning. So it does some decisioning for you, and it allows you to use that data and see it in a way that you may not have even thought about. Think about it. Most small business people are not, you know, where you went to school for all the business stuff. You're just learning as you go along, and you run your business. You hope like hell that you'll make some profits, but that's what it's all about. The more data you can get and more actionable data you can get, you can make better informed decisions. And this is where AI predictive analytics comes in. It seems like it's very technical, but it's something that I think most businesses can adapt to pretty quickly. And the people that work for you can use that information, and you can work as a team to basically come up with what can work for your company. It's almost like it's a strategic control center. We hear a lot about call centers for a business. So think about this as the input is the data from your company. The output is the information in actionable format that you can use to make better decisions. And it's basically going to be used in your business to give your business an edge in every facet of every part of your operations. Whether it's marketing, sales, finance, all of those pieces still make up your business, small or medium. You still have to do these things. Finance, you have to run your bookkeeping, you use some type of software, QuickBooks, or some other form of software that you use to track your accounts receivables, your accounts payable, who you owe, what banks you have loans from. All these things come in. Your operations is all the functions of work to get to that customer, to fix that equipment, or to replace an equipment with new or equipment that you sell them. So then there's the sales. Sales is on the front. And I touched on that earlier, where someone goes to your website or they call you and they need a quote on buying some new equipment from you. If you don't have that information that you can use to make decisions on, it's not going to be helpful for you in the long run. So these are some of the things that you want to use AI predictive analytics for. And, when you think about it, AI predictive analytics is basically a collection of, of processes. So you have your data collection. That's where you pull your data from different sources. It could be your contact customer database system. It could be transactional history, which would come from your accounting software. It could be information that comes through social media. It could be devices that you use in your business. Like I said, your telephone system. These days, you don't think about a telephone system because we all have smartphones, but there's data in there. And we may tie our business phone number to a mobile cell device. And when you have that analytics coming in, you can take that data and feed it in. Then another part of the process is data cleaning, where duplicates, you have gaps, you have anomalies, and you have some way of correcting, so you can get more clean, highly accurate data. And so part of the process of AI predictive analytics is to clean the data. So it has that. Then you have where you have another process of pattern detection. Very important. That's where you identify relationships, anomalies, and hidden trends. This is very important because that's where the smart decisions come in. These are things that you as a business owner may not necessarily see, or a manager may not necessarily see. And you may not even see it using the traditional statistical models because that's just not your area of expertise. Well, now by it being combined with artificial intelligence, it can help you to see those things that you didn't necessarily see before. And then you have the use of the algorithms. The algorithms is the same as the search engines. When you type in something on the search engine, it uses that data, that math, to say, let's go find this for this person that they're looking for. So in predictive analytics with AI, those models where it's putting scenarios for the future together, you can now see predictive models that are built in, and it can then help you to create the actionable insights, which is actually the last part of the process, where it presents you, the decision maker, with clear recommendations that you can act on. And this is the most important part, in my opinion, and all of my professional experience that comes in. Being able to have clear recommendations that you can understand that impacts your small and medium-sized business is the full benefits of using AI predictive analytic systems. So you have something here that I think could really revolutionize your business. And just to give you some insight how this is impactful to your business, AI predictive analytics is highly accurate. It increases the accuracy in most cases by 40%, reducing things like overstocking or understocking or being out of stock. When you have a business that relies on inventory, it also helps you to find actionable solutions to missed calls. That could be business that you need to put on your books or schedule. So these are some of the things that you're looking at. Real-time risk detection. Very, very important. We don't think about risk unless it's around losing money. But what I want to tell you is real-time risk detection is very important to your business. Think about, a finance company or a bank using AI to spot unusual transaction pattern and preventing fraud. You could apply that same basic principles to your business. You may not think of it as fraud, but you're processing somebody's credit card on there for a payment that they made. You have to make sure you have things in place that protect that, not just rely on the credit card processing company to do that. You have to have processes within your business that protects you, not just protect the human elements of your business, but also the systematized elements of your business, the technology that you're using. You can also use AI predictive analytics for personalizing the customer experience. If you think about it, companies like Netflix, they recommend content to subscribers to watch, and it drives retention. So think about it from this standpoint. If you know you've done a job for somebody, do you follow up with a survey to collect what this person is looking for from your business? Did you do a good job? You have to have a way to personalize the experience and make sure you're taking that feedback in and then using a AI predictive analytics system to help you make sense of it all. So it's very, very important that you do that. And then it's the other part about it is the strategic part about it is going forward, learn to incorporate artificial intelligence into your business, no matter what the business is. And I tend to work with a lot of small and medium-sized businesses, and they're all trying to figure out how to implement this into their business. And they have it in some way or form. Just a quick statistic here, over 60% of all small businesses have some form of artificial intelligence that they're using now, either from a service provider or a tool they bought, or some of the software that they use to run their business have now upgraded to including artificial intelligence. So those are some of the things that you can look forward to with AI predictive analytics. And something that we've done here at Grow with Technology, after doing this YouTube channel and the podcast for over a year, we have built up a pretty sizable audience. And what we find is a lot of the questions we have to do with, how do I use this? What can it do for my business? Those type of questions. So about 3 months ago, I started working on what I call a digital transformation technology kit. And in that kit, we have identified 8 to 10 AI tools that are free. Some of them are paid tools that we've created this kit where you can take a process in your business, map it out step by step, and then come up with your return on investments by making an implementation where you do an AI automation. Putting in a predictive AI predictive analytics system is one thing that you can implement in your business by taking a process or two and putting it together. Now, at this stage of the game, we have a checklist that we're giving away for free. And then I've also created a tool that allows you to do a number of things, but it helps you to take a process in your business and come up with the steps that it would take, and also what tools you could potentially use for that. So these are going to be free. Keep visiting our website, growwithtechnology.com, and I will be publishing some information over the next coming weeks to basically offer those folks that are interested. I also have an article on artificial intelligence, and it's about AI predictive analytics, and you can find that on the Grow with Technology website. And you can also go to LinkedIn, where I have the newsletter. I publish the newsletter every week, and the topics of the newsletter and the podcast are the same. The data may be different, the presentation may be different, but it's always around a AI business technology topic. So keep watching, looking out for this information, and keep asking questions. I appreciate the questions that come through. I'm a little over almost 35 minutes on this live. I'm going to end this now, but my name again is Richard Butler Jr. I am the curator, I should say, I like to call myself, of Grow with Technology YouTube channel, the newsletter by the same name on LinkedIn, and also the podcast, which you can find on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all of the places that you typically listen to podcasts, you can find our information. And you can always reach out to me. My contact information is easy, richard.butler at worldtel, WORL as in Larry, D as in David, T as in Tom, el.com. And you can always send me an email. You can post a message here on this YouTube channel, Grow with Technology, and I am monitoring it all the time. I got some exciting software opportunities for folks that DM me or post a message, and I will be coming to you in the next couple of days with another live around some of the topics that have to do with AI business technology. And in the meantime, if you have any questions you want to ask, I've given you my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I'll be happy to address your concerns. So go to the different places and find out about myself. If you go to LinkedIn, you just type in the search engine there or the search bar, just put in Grow with Technology. It should bring up our newsletter. If you go to Spotify, you can put in Grow with Technology. You'll be able to see the content and go through it. We have over a year's worth of content there. Our YouTube channel, Grow with Technology, of the same name. You can come here. You can look through. We have a host of videos and shorts that you can go through. You can subscribe. We have over 7,000 subscribers at this time, and we're growing. So feel free to do that, and you can always send me a message through any of the channels that we have, and I will get them and I will respond to you as quickly as I can. I hope you've enjoyed this information that I provided to you today, and I hope to see you on the next live. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.